Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Automation Station here with the PeakBot team, your favorite show on Friday morning into afternoon. We got a great show for everybody today. We are going to be going over our PeakBot picks competition and the lack of picks made last week intentionally. But we're going to talk about all that. We've all, it seems to have made and maybe even entered all of our PeakBot picks for this week. So we're going to take a closer look at everything, see how we're doing, talk about why we sat out last week, and a lot more. I'm going to need somebody to bring up a banner at some point, which I know we have on here. I just want to get this out there. We'll show this a couple more times, especially if it's going to cover half of Thomas's face. 6 free months of PeakBot available now for new Tradier accounts funded with $5,000 or more. You're getting 6 free months of PeakBot Pro, access to all of our bots, including exclusive bots and commission-free options trading. Anyway, we'll talk about it again later in the show. We can go ahead and wipe that out. So, oops. Okay, I'm done. Well, you know what? Leave it. Had to. All right.
Here we go.
So let's get into the show. Who wants to go first? Actually, backstage, why don't we do this? Wait for some people to join. Let's talk about King Condor yesterday and today.
Wait,
Ben, we were just talking about this backstage.
You're skipping over Trader Trivia. You're skipping over
Condor trades.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you doing?
Your bonus lock selling.
My apologies. So I didn't know if anybody had Iron Condor trades on that's entering at noon. Ben, I guess you keep one on almost always at this point.
Yeah, I'm always running XSP for science, you know. I'll pull my Trader account up. You can see my PeakBot picks for this week are in. One of them filled so far, one of my orders filled, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. However, though I normally have the Iron Condor running, yesterday we were doing some testing on my account, and I think that my account is disconnected, even though on the front end it looks connected for me. So, hey, that's what comes with running this business. You got to use your account for testing sometimes. Yeah. So, I don't think I'll get the trades at 12 o'clock, although I might. If I go to my PeakBot account, I can see that for Iron Condor, I do have XSP active. I actually have Iron Condor 0 active too, which I don't want to trade that today. The market's been a little bit scary for me to want to trade that. For trend spread, all of these are old. I can clear that out. I didn't really update anything since last week, and we'll talk about why when we go over our picks. So, all right, looks like the account here is looking solid. We will see if I get trades. Otherwise, should we hop over and do Trader Trivia?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do that.
All right, I will flip back to this tab in about a minute. But then I see people are starting to pour in now, so that's great. If you've been thinking about automating and you've been wanting to try trading bots, but you didn't really want to pull the trigger yet, well, here's your opportunity to get 3 months for free using PeakBot on your brokerage account. All you have to do is text the answer to this question to 973-888-1166, and we will text you back with a link to get a free quarter, three months free of PeakBot. So the question is, what does the term strike price refer to in an options contract? Is it A, the price the stock is trading at right now? Is it B, the price at which the option can be exercised? Is it C, the price that the trader paid for the option? Or is it D, the highest price the stock has ever traded at? So think about that. Text the answer into 973-888-1166, A, B, C, or D.
Take your time, get it in there, and of course, we got another promotion going on as well for Tradier specifically. But for those of you who can't make that work, this is a fantastic opportunity to get in and get free as well. So I'm going to zoom in so people can see it. The text is rather small here today. Lower the music just a little bit. So again, text the answer to this question at 973-888-1166. What does the term strike price refer to in an options contract? A, the price the stock is trading at right now. B, the price at which the option can be exercised. C, the price the trader paid for the option. Or D, the highest price the stock has ever traded at. So we'll give you another minute. Text it over to our business line, 973-888-1166, and we'll get you your promo info out to you right away.
Cool. So while people are texting in, let's go over the Did You Know? Did you know that the legendary investor Warren Buffett was trading stocks as early as 11 years old? The first shares that he bought were Citi Preferred. Is that right? Yeah, Citi's Preferred at $38. So 3 times 38, what is that? That's $108? No, that's $104. I think that's right.
Sure.
Anyways, no, that's 108. That's right. Maybe it's not. It's not.
Move on.
Whatever. We'll get over it. It's 114.
So what else happened to him?
I'm losing it. So he sold them after it did down. He sold them for a small profit, but afterwards the stock skyrocketed, and he joked around saying he wasted his life up until then, assuming he's talking about not trading.
From 0 to 10 years old, just
from 0 to 10. That's like I see these memes of like in 08, like doing when you and I were like in our teens, where it's like, what was I doing messing around in high school, not buying a house in 2008?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, things have changed. I saw a joke on TikTok the other day about how we smoked cigarettes as a civilization at the wrong time. We smoked cigarettes when the world was good and brick homes were $60,000 and healthcare was great. Cigarettes, Winston 100s can't be $25 a pack right now. And the joke was, if there's no mental institutions, if there's no loony bins, we need cheap cigarettes, one or the other. Anyway, don't know why I went down there. I just had to get it out. I don't smoke cigarettes, but anyway.
We could trade on Marlboro. Is there a public cigarette company?
That's a great question.
Philip Morris.
Philip Morris.
Got cigarettes?
Yeah.
I traded that last week. I didn't even know.
Yeah, tobacco company.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Are you going to go short or long on cigarettes, Dylan?
Well, I think I would prefer a long cigarette over a short cigarette. Anyway, let's move right along.
All right,
Let's give these people the answer here.
The answer to the question here is B, the price at which the option can be exercised. And that's an important concept to understand about options, that the strike price is it's part of the contract when you enter into that options contract, but it's the price that the trader can buy or sell the underlying stock at. So if your strike price was $100 and that stock price moved up to $120, you can still buy that stock because of your options contract. You can still buy that stock for $100. Now, I'd say a lot of people probably don't actually let those contracts go to expiration and get exercised. A lot of people will just take the gain on the contract and then wipe their hands clean and start all over again. So important. That strike price, we talk about it all the time here on our show, and it's a core component of options trading to understand strike price. If you have any questions about strike price, shoot us a message on our chat app or a chat icon on our website, PeakBot.com. So anybody that texted us with the answer B, we will be texting you a link for a free quarter of PeakBot.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think what we can do is jump into PeakBot picks, see how we've been performing. Again, we've already talked about last week. Let's confirm. None of us, I didn't take any trades last week. I felt when I was going into it, I prepped on it, 11:30 last Friday. Or I'm sorry, Thursday, because the market was Thursday, I think.
Yep.
I was looking at trade opportunities, going through the watch list, looking for my criteria, core 4, etc. Found nothing that I liked. I don't know. I guess you guys felt the same way.
Yeah. Well, the market was pretty volatile on Thursday. Monday, again, pretty volatile. Tuesday, I was like, I'm not going to force a trade.
Yeah.
And there was no need to.
Yeah, I was checking each day as well. I wasn't going to enter last Thursday, so I checked on Monday, checked on Thursday, or checked on Tuesday. The problem that I was having was the watch list was telling me one direction. When I was looking at the chart, it was telling me the other direction. And we're kind of like, for bearish stocks, we're kind of at the spot where we're kind of reversing. And then for bullish stocks, we're kind of at the point, again, where we're just reversing in the other direction. So I don't know how long this reversal is going to take or when we'll find confirmation for it, but I kind of want to lay low. And so we really form a direction. I mean, previous to this, we were trending down. There was a lot of uncertainty around tariffs. There was a lot of uncertainty around, a lot of things, really. I feel like the tariff business has kind of all out there. Like all the information I feel like is out now.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of if that information is going to change in any way. So I feel like that could be a signal that the bottom is in. We'll see. Am I going to take a bet on that? Maybe a small bet, but not big. So for me, like going into this week, and when I go over my picks for this week, I'll show you, like, I've got set prices that I want. If I don't hit those prices, I'm not going to take the trade. And I am split this week. I've got 2 bears and a bull. So breaking my streak of just being completely bearish on the market for like the last, 5 or 6 weeks.
Okay. While we're on it, since there's no trades for last week and you're already talking about trades for this week, Thomas, same thing. Mentality was similar.
Trade. It was bad. There was not a single like opportunity that I could find that I was like, I want to capitalize on this. Just pulling up any chart, couldn't even find like a level of support, a level of resistance. Like RSI was just all over the place. I was like, all right, like it's not worth it. And then I asked, what are you guys doing? And you guys are like, I don't know either. And I was like, all right, let's chalk it up. Sometimes not trading is a strategy, and I think that's definitely a way to look at things.
We grabbed some pine. We took a seat last week intentionally. So let's talk about this week. I'm setting my trades up here in the dock for us now. I have my trades. They entered on Tradier. I will say, I did this 2 weeks ago. I think Ben did as well. I'm not sure if you guys did the same thing today. With this heightened volatility still in the market, I'm utilizing manual entries for trend spread. I'm getting in myself until some upgrades are made to the bot. But I'm letting the bot manage it for me. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the trades and then I'm adding those stocks onto my trend spread strategy, immediately flipping them to smart exit, which allows the bot to still read for take profits when the opportunity is there throughout this next week, as well as it'll get me out of the position without rolling into next week. So I'm assuming you guys took a relatively similar approach, but who wants to talk, Ben? I think you got your picks already locked in there. You want to talk through them?
Yeah, I do. I'm just getting the lines drawn on the chart real quick. So yeah,
No
can you pull up my screen?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ben, your screen is on your Tradier account. I'm pulling that up now.
Yep. Okay, so my picks for this week, and this is based purely off of the watch list and what I was seeing, like the numbers on the watch list. This isn't based necessarily off of the direction that I think the market's going to go, just because I don't know. So I was looking at each of these individually, kind of in a vacuum. And like I said, I've got these orders sent out. If I don't fill at these prices, I'll look again on Monday and see if there are any other opportunities. Otherwise, again, I'm going to lay low. I'm going to lay low for a little bit while the market kind of takes a direction, see if we have a true reversal or if we continue this bearish trend that we're in. So first pick, NVIDIA, it looks like I did fill at 15 cents here, which is, it was great because this was around a 15 delta trade. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to match up I'm trying to get the tightest spread I can. I'm trying to match the delta that I'm trading to the actual credit that I'm getting. So 15 delta, about 15 cents in credit. When I place the trade, if I look at NVIDIA on the chart, hold up here. So we've got NVIDIA here. This is my strike price. I sold the 116 and I bought the 117. So $1 spread to get 15 cents in premium at the 15 delta. NVIDIA's got to move up quite a bit. My line of thinking is this top here at like 114, 115-ish is going to act as resistance. And overall, the trend is down. So again, the trend is your friend. I think I've got a solid point of resistance up here. And this strike price is just above that line of resistance, which is why I decided to go with the 15 delta instead of normally I'm looking for like the 20 delta. So again, blend of man and machine. The bot would have sold the 20 delta with these upgrades that are coming to it. I am manually overriding and going up one strike price and getting that 15 delta. So that's pick number one. Pick number two is Shopify. So Shopify, I sold the 104 strike, and I have an order out for 20 cents. So we'll take a look at how that's doing. So if I go here, Shopify, here's my strike, the 104. Again, looks like there might, this is not enough confirmation really, but at about 101.50-ish, a little over 101, I'm counting on that being kind of some sort of resistance. It might be the $100 level, really. That's the point of resistance there. That's kind of like a round number. Psychologically, people trade around that number. So I feel nice having that as a barrier. And then again, overall, since February, the trend has been down here. We did have a gap up last week. We do have earnings coming up. So we'll see, how this behaves over this week. But I think we might drift back towards this gap to fill it here. That's my hypothesis. And I actually didn't look at the technicals. I'm kind of curious on this one. So we've got a buy on the week and a buy on the month. So that's kind of going against my theory, but I'm going to stick with the trend is my friend. And cool. This is what I'm seeing as the trend right now.
Yeah, I like that.
And then finally, I have Palantir. I went bullish on Palantir for 16 cents because I was around the 16, 17 delta when I was looking at this. If we pull up Palantir, this is another dollar spread, selling the 98 strike, buying the 97 strike. I like where this strike lands because it was a point of resistance previously. And then we broke above that resistance. Again, we do have a gap here, which makes me kind of nervous, but we broke through that point of resistance. We confirmed it the next day, and now we're still headed higher. I would imagine the next resistance line is right around where we're at right now, where this candle topped out at before. Otherwise, we've got room to run all the way up to like $125. So I'm bullish on this for this week. Long term, we are in a bullish trend here. Shorter term, like since February, yes, there was a bearish trend, but we kind of popped back up, and now we're popping back up again. A lower low formed here. So that's why I chose to take this. Watchlist said bullish. I thought bullish. Let's go bullish.
Oh, yeah.
So overall, for those, I guess I shouldn't stop sharing. For those three picks, I've got $300 of capital at risk to make about $51. So that's about a little over a 15% return, a little under 20% return.
Those are good premiums for $1 spreads, man, for a 1 week contract.
At the 20 delta too, or less.
20, that's crazy. So you're statistically speaking, your win rate's still nice and high. Your premium's pretty damn good for $1 contracts on a 7 DTE contract.
Yeah.
So nicely done. Rooting for you, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. We'll see if they fill. NVIDIA filled. Shopify and Palantir did not yet.
Okay.
So
cool. Now, Thomas, do I see you backstage and messing with some trading view charts?
I was messing around with a little bit of SPY.
You need another
I was
minute?
kinda-
I'll go.
I'm ready. Honestly, I was just kind of looking because I was like this week I'm in love with my picks. Last
All right, let's
week
do it.
couldn't
You're up.
find a pick. So all right, get me up here. So I was looking at some SPY. I was just kind of taking a look at the S&P here. There's just like I feel like this is clearly resistance, and now that I like sneak peek, I went 3 bearish, and honestly, I think I couldn't be any happier. So like right here, you can see we hit a low for like a day right here, right where we're kind of slowing down essentially. So you could see like we're not really moving too much today. And if you look at just today's chart in general, it is just chop. It is just nothing but sideways, complete chop, which makes me start to think we're seeing a little bit of Daesh. And if we're seeing Daesh here, we broke through it, but we fell through here. Right. So really, I think for at least the next week, we're going to see some Daesh. Last time we kind of hit this level, we were just nothing but Daesh, nothing but consolidation right there before we broke through and fell below. And then again, consolidation, right? And then right here, consolidation. Like these little blips of consolidation makes me think we're kind of at a key level of support or resistance, a little bit more on the resistance side. And we're just going to chop for the week. I don't think we're going to see too much movement unless, of course, the administration comes out with something a little bit crazy or says something that the market doesn't like, and we're going to see a movement. I don't think there's that much news this week in the upcoming week, so I do think we'll probably just stay right around this price level and just kind of stay where we're at, which is going to be interesting.
Okay.
And then down here, why I think this is going to be our next level. We hit a low here, we hit a low here, and then we consolidated here, and then we fell, but then kind of broke back up relatively quickly right here. So I do think that if we fall, the next level is going to be right around this 507 on S&P, or at least on the SPY. And then if we break, our next level is going to be like 564. So I think there's a lot of room to the downside and very little room to the upside. So we'll see. I just don't think we're going to be growing too much.
Okay, so
but based on this, yeah,
I was going to say, all right. So now let's see the picks.
Yeah, so the picks are in. Picks are locked. 3 bearish. First pick we're going Chipotle. I love Chipotle. Mike, honestly, I could probably get it for dinner tonight. Friday nights are going out for dinner, takeout, but I promised ramen, so I'm gonna get ramen tonight for dinner. But maybe I'll have to make a pivot based on this. Honestly, no, I can't, because then if I boost their sales, then I'm just going against myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna have a big impact.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a huge impact. You know, I'm gonna have to go there.
We know he's getting a burrito bowl with tortilla on the side. I think that's Thomas.
That's way.
What's your Chipotle order, Thomas?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, I get a actually. All right, I get brown rice, which I think a lot of people hate on. No, I know, but a lot of people look at me when I say brown rice. It has a bite to it. It has that nice al dente bite to it. So brown rice, black beans, chicken, and then I go for the fajita veggies, corn, green salsa. I think the green salsa there is so underrated. Sour cream and cheese.
Okay, no guac.
No guac. Unless it's free because I have points. But no.
Are you asking for anything extra or double?
No.
Okay. I think I gotta say light sour cream. I'm fat, and I gotta tell them
that was gonna be my next move. Sometimes I'll look at the person in front of me if they got sour cream, and if the worker, slapped on some sour cream, I'm gonna ask for some light sour cream because that's when you get the reasonable amount.
They do go quick with it. They go. Whoop.
Yeah. Yes. Just a big splat on there.
All right. So anyway, you're there.
Yeah. So for there, but what I do like is that I think we're at resistance now for Chipotle. So I feel like it's a no-brainer to kind of sell this 53 right here and just take advantage of where we see a little bit of resistance. Next up, Cisco. Right here, there was some consolidation. You see it shot up, Not sure why. Didn't look too deep into it, but it just couldn't break right here.
That might have been tariff announcement day.
Oh,
that could have delaying it by 90 days, whatever it was.
Yes, that could have been it. But shot up, couldn't break through it. Tried again, had a high above this level. Again, couldn't break through it. Fell below. So it just seemed like a really nice trade to sell the 58 call there.
Question.
Yes.
I'm really sorry. Just want to know, you're doing spreads on this? Not that it needs charted, but just curious to know like where your bought strike would be on this.
Each one's about 2 wide.
Okay, cool.
So 58, 60, 53, 55.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
And then Alcoa Corp. This one we haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, throwback.
I feel like this one used to be really, really popular. AA. But what I liked about this one was I zoomed out on the chart a little bit, selling the 27 strike, and there was just like this huge drop there that it couldn't break below. And then we kind of had like a little bit of a gap at 27, which makes me think that if we do try to go up, we're probably going to find some resistance right here at this gap. And we're probably just going to fall below this $27 strike, at least in the next week or so. And I don't even think the market's going to go up. So 3 bearish, or at least it's going to stay consolidated. So I do think that we can stay below this $27 strike right there.
All right. I got to say, team, coming off of a week where we were all scared to trade, I like these charts, truthfully. I like the trade setup.
I think right now is a great period because the VIX is only at, I say only, but I think it's at
hold up. You got the charts.
A little bit below 30. Is VIX there? Oh, actually, I don't want to lose this. Let me go here. What's the VIX
lines
at?
will stick there for you, just so you know.
Oh, you're right. Actually, they will. I forgot about that. Anyway, so the VIX is at 25 today. I think it has to be below 30. But VIX is at 25. So we are starting to get to this lower period of volatility, which again kind of goes back to my thought on us consolidating, at least for the week. I don't think we can see too much movement here. I think we're just going to stay flat. The VIX is probably just going to trickle down, spike up, trickle down, and we're just going to keep staying here.
Awesome, man.
That's it.
All right. Well done.
All right.
I'll jump in here. So here's the PeakBot Picks tracking document, which is now publicly available if you are a PeakBot subscriber. So as we can see, week 10 last week, no trades. Happy I turned it off. All right, week 11, all 3 on trend spread, which for those of you who aren't familiar, this is our automated strategy. It trades weekly credit spreads with the trend. Okay. So you're not gonna believe this. I'm bullish. I took GME, little GameStop this week.
Wow.
So we'll take a look at the charts and see what you guys think. But I'm bullish on GameStop with a put credit spread and bearish on both Love, which I think is Southwest Airlines, and NEE, Next Era Energy. Funny enough, this was my dad's favorite wheel stock last year. It does nothing but lose money. So I'm betting bearish on it. Let's take a look at the premium collected and cash shelled out. So we can see here, I collected a total of $41 in premium for shelling out a total of $550 in cash. So whatever that math is, let's see, 41 divided by 550, nice 7.5% ROI on the week. Let's look at the charts. So here's GameStop. Okay, bullish on GameStop. When I was looking at the watch list, we had a $27 strike or maybe the 26.5. Don't quote me on that. Maybe they don't have the 50-cent strikes. Anyway, the point is, I believe I went the strike down. So I grabbed a sold put at $26, and I like it here. Okay. As you can see, we've traded above that point since April 11th. Okay. So for about 2 weeks here. When we look at the technicals for the week, we're pretty strong on the buy side, and even stronger for the next month on GameStop. Not that technicals mean everything. Analyst ratings see this as a very strong sell, but again, I'm going trend is my friend here. We've been bullish on GameStop since the 3rd of April. If we zoom out a little bit more, obviously we can see some consolidation, little dash. Start of 2025, we're bearish, but I feel pretty good about it expiring next Friday over 26 for $11 in premium. All right, let's take a look at Southwest. Bearish on Southwest, trying to stay under $27.50 here. So these are the daily bars. As we can see, we haven't traded above 27.5 since the 9th of April. We've seen a lot of chop, consolidation, a lot of movement with intraday, but I just don't see us getting above this 27.5 before next Friday. You can argue that there's some room to cover here with this large gap down, but again, when we're looking at my expiration date of next Friday, May 2nd, which is right here on this vertical axis, I feel pretty good about it. Plus, they're coming off of a good earnings. Again, they saw a little bit of a jump, but I think we're going to be okay. And then bearish on Next Era Energy. I believe this is like one of those green hydrogen or whatever it might be companies. So we can see here again on the trend spread watch list, it was looking at the $67 strike. I moved it up a little bit. I like the breathing room here. We can see that $68 has been tested at least once or twice since the drop here. And I like it. We're trading at 65.81, so I got about $2.40 in buffer for a 7-day contract. When we take a look at the technicals here, very strong sell. 1 buy signal for the next week compared to 15 sell signals. So I'm feeling good about these. Here's the actual entries. I'll pull this back up here. So again, 11 cents collected on 2 of them, 19 cents, which is equal to $19, of course, for NEE. So I feel good about all these, all filled right away, manual entry. But when we look at my PeakBot account, I've added these onto the trend spread bot and set them to smart exit. That means, again, my bot is going to manage these positions for me. If we're at 60% profit on Monday, it's going to exit them. 70% profit on Tuesday, it's going to exit them and close it down. Okay, so that's why I have it built this way. Feeling good about it. Coming off a 3 for 3 when actually, correction. The last time we all traded, not last week, but the week prior, we went 9 for 9, 100% win rate. Thomas, we were discounting you because your tracker wasn't up to date.
Yes, I got discounted. IWM just stayed out of the money by like 30 cents.
Nice. So that's where we're at this week for PeakBot picks, guys. Did not think I would be bullish on GameStop over the next week, but sometimes the charts make you feel a certain type of way. So, fellas, I think we start to wrap here, unless there's no economic events. Ben, kicking it.
It looks like we've got Paul trading Chipotle along with you, Thomas.
Wow, YT, you influencer.
I mean, look at the chart. They speak for themselves.
That's what happened. He loved the chart and pushed it out.
Take the trade.
So here's what we got going on next week. Monday, not too much going on. Got some short-term bill auctions, Treasury refunding finance estimates. I'm going to have to look more into what that is, although it's marked as a low importance event. Moving into Tuesday, a lot of data. Jolt's job opening, that is marked as high importance, and at 10 a.m., which sometimes a lot of trades enter at 10 a.m., so just beware. Moving into Wednesday, unemployment, GDP, we've got PCE, so quite a bit of data on Wednesday as well. A lot of that is pre-market, though. So we've got GDP, unemployment, core PCE, quarter over quarter is all coming out pre-market. And then we've got some PCE data coming out at 10 a.m. as well. Moving into Thursday, manufacturing data, some bill auctions, Fed balance sheet after the market closes. Moving into Friday, non-farm payrolls. In some recent analysis we just did, non-farm payrolls are actually impacting volatility more than expected. So I'm going to look out for that. We've also got unemployment rate, which is high importance. And that's what we've got looking at next week. So if there was anything that I'm personally looking out for, I might not run any trades from Tuesday into Wednesday, or what was it? It's Thursday into Friday, because non-farm and unemployment come out pre-market. So you can't trade options pre-market.
Absolutely. Okay. So overall, a couple things to keep an eye out for, but nothing, right? Nothing out of control necessarily. So, all right, fellas. Well, I know that we definitely want to get more information on the screen again, just for our free automated trading deal exclusively with our fantastic partners here at Tradier. So let me get this screen up, unless someone's going to beat me to it. I'll get the banner going, but I want everybody to see what we're really working with here. So give me 1 second. Okay. Just pulling up our webinar slides. By the way, we do a free weekly webinar Thursdays at 8 p.m. All right. So feel free to come in and check us out. If you want info on where to sign up, just message us on our chat on our site, and we will get that over to you. But right before we go, let's just talk about it. Okay. I'm going to remove Ben's screen, get mine up here. This is why you're here, people. Okay. Now has never been a better time to get into automated trading if you aren't already. Okay. We're offering with Tradier 6 months of automated trading with PeakBot's exclusive strategies completely free. Not only is that enough for you to be jumping on this, if you do not already have a Tradier account, okay, if you're new to Tradier, you're also going to be getting, on top of the 6 months of PeakBot, you're getting 6 months of Tradier Pro. Okay. What does that mean? Normally, you pay $10 a month to Tradier for commission-free options trading, which alone itself is one of the best deals in the entire game. However, when we package it with what we're doing here, it's now free. Okay, so 6 months of access to PeakBot's exclusive automated hands-free trading strategies and commission-free options trading. You're saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, truthfully, depending upon your account size. So go to peakbot.com/Tradier and get started. If you already have a Tradier account, we're not completely putting you out in the cold here. You can still get 1 month of PeakBot Pro for free. Just go to peakbot.com/pricing. Household name for automated trading here with Tradier. Now has never been a better time, and we're in your corner. Ask us any questions you have. We'll shoot you straight. It's easy to use. It's, of course, affordable now, always has been, and fully transparent. So, fellas, anything else before we exit stage left or right?
I'm all set.
I'm ready.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in once again. Paul, good luck on that Chipotle trade. And you too, Tom, but more luck to Paul. We'll be live again Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. No short week next week, right, Ben?
Nope.
No, full week. Okay. So we'll be back Monday morning.
Just answered Paul's comment. Thomas is on it, Paul.
Okay, Thomas is on it.
Yep, on YouTube.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, we'll see you at the peak. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.